Let's talk about my dream camera, the Sony FX9. Back in September 2020, I decided to make the jump to a cinema camera. And as I said before in previous videos, last year was probably the biggest year for camera releases, both cinema and mirrorless. And before ultimately making the decision to buy the FX9, I pre-ordered the Sony a7S III because I felt that it would be like the natural progression or stepping stone leading me in the direction of a cinema camera. But after using the a7 III, I always told myself that I wanted my next camera to be a cinema camera. I just felt like I was ready for that next step and some of the conveniences that cinema cameras offered. I wanted to get out of the rat race of every other year there being a newer, better version of your camera rumored to come out. Many of the features that we've been going crazy for in the mirrorless market have existed for years on cinema. I also tossed around the idea of getting in line for Komodo, but the public perception and reviews seemed like it was more of a beta product, and I wasn't keen on going through the growing pains, to be honest with you. Now, I did get a nice discount on the FX9 by working for a dealer, which was a nice incentive, but the same goes for almost any other camera I would have chosen. For some reason, whether it be the color science, the autofocus, or my respect for Sony as a company, I knew the FX9 was the camera for me. I was admiring test footage of this camera back in December 2019. Fast forward to today, I've clocked over 100 hours of music videos, YouTube content, documentaries, and client work. So what are my thoughts? Let's start with what I don't like, and this isn't a very long list, but there are a couple things that I would change. I'm not the biggest fan of the display nor its mount. I wish for one that it was bigger and brighter and equipped with false color. Over the past couple years, I've fallen in love with the convenience and utility of using false color to properly expose my subjects. Seeing the exposure map in real time helps confirm your instinct and fine-tune your image. The word proprietary is one that typically scares me off, and the use of XQD cards was a pain point for me initially. They are pricey, but most high-end media is. I just wish they would have gone with something more universal. In the future, if I upgrade to a camera from another manufacturer or even Sony themselves, chances are I will have to reinvest in a different media type. This isn't a huge deal, but a small grievance. Now, I don't know what, how, or even why this is an issue, but there aren't a lot of third-party accessories for the FX9 out there. And the things that do exist are far too expensive. When looking at top handles, cages, and side grips, nothing really seems transformative to the ergonomics. But if you get a red anything, there are all kinds of cages, dual grip systems, custom body caps. You can buy and personalize your rig and improve the ergonomics to match your shooting style. The most recent case of FOMO I have is seeing all the new small HD Indy 7s and its amazing camera control software, only to find out that it only is currently supported by Red, Ari, and Sony Venice. Fingers crossed software is released for the FX9 this year. Aside from those three pain points, I really love everything else about this camera. All of the I/O options have an SDI, full-size HDMI, XLR audio ports, adds a new level of convenience and versatility to my workflow. The size. Now, some people may not like larger cameras for a wide range of reasons, and they're all valid. Probably the same reasons you wouldn't buy an iPhone 12 Pro Max over an iPhone 12 mini. But for me being 6'8" with large hands, it's almost like the camera was made for me to use handheld. The added weight gives you a nice natural bounce in your handheld footage, and it's not too heavy to ever feel like you're breaking your back to get the shot. Side note, another benefit of a large camera is the fact that you get a professional perception. Now, this doesn't impact your skill set or, mean that you're gonna make an amazing video or a horrible video, but when you do step on set or get in front of a client and they see that you have a large cinema camera, that you've invested in your craft and yourself and your business, they know that there's a certain level of professionalism they can expect from you and that the product is most likely gonna come out good. Variable electronic ND. Now, I can't talk about this enough, to be honest. Aside from it being internal and the automatic variable aspect of it being a game changer, the quality of this ND is amazing. We've all probably used bad ND filters in the past, but this one is a gold standard. Autofocus. This was a big feature at the time of its release because not many cinema cameras actually had usable, reliable autofocus prior to the FX9. Bringing over the phase detection eye autofocus from their A9 series was one of the main reasons I grabbed this camera over others. Especially when filming fast-paced running gun content, having reliable autofocus that you don't have to second guess is extremely valuable. Color science. Not having to worry about skin tones is amazing, and using S-Cinetone for quick turnaround projects adds another level of convenience, making that part of your process a little simpler. One positive that I can't attribute to just one thing is how my footage turns out. Like, I don't know if it's the sensor, the shutter angle, the circuitry, but it feels more cinematic. The skin on people has a more realistic texture, and it doesn't look overly digital. Maybe it's the highlight roll off or the sharpness of the 6K sensor. Whatever it is, I like it. I am more than satisfied with my first cinema camera, and I can't wait to use it on upcoming projects. This is my dream camera. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy this content and want to see much more of it, be sure to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, like, comment, all that good stuff. You know what to do. But it's been a pleasure as usual. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay fresh. Peace.